Hey guys, what's up? This is actually going to be my last creepy video dealing with conspiracy theories and subliminal messages for this month. But that doesn't mean that I won't continue them after this month. I do plan on doing conspiracies and maybe even Mandela effects and subliminal messages long after October. I probably will take a break in November and December, but I just want to let you guys know because so many of you guys love videos like this that I will be continuing them after October is over, and I know October's wrapping up. So today we are talking about the very requested, very waited for Michael Jackson subliminal messages video. In his music videos, in his songs, in his album artwork, we just have so much to talk about. So let's go over the first song, dealing with the song and the music video, Billie Jean. The song Billie Jean, the general meaning of what people think it's about is, it's pretty obvious when you listen to the song. It's about a man who gets Billie Jean pregnant, whether that's Michael or not, and she's saying that the kid is his son, but he's saying, no, it's not my son. Some people feel like this song is about Michael and how he dealt with groupies and that he might have actually even got a groupie pregnant. I highly doubt that. I don't really believe in that theory. This is a more deeper version of the meaning of Billie Jean though, and I kind of agree with this. Some people believe that Michael is showing that he's always being followed by a dark presence that erases the truth, which makes a lot of sense because when Michael walks, it's like he's the light. He's the good thing in the video, and when he steps on tiles, they light up. But as soon as he walks off the tile, it turns dark. Like the tiles no longer light up. So maybe that is a visual representation. And I know that doesn't really link up with the lyrics of the song, but Michael may have wanted the video to be different than the actual meaning. Who knows? Okay, so this is actually about the Dangerous album, and I'm gonna give huge credit to this person because they came up with this whole Dangerous album theory. I'm pretty sure they are 11 Shy Guy AZ11 on YouTube. Some people believe that the Dangerous album is called the Dangerous album not just because of the song Dangerous, but because if anyone from the Illuminati or like a secret society or whatever found out what the meaning behind the album cover was, it would be dangerous for them to know. He says that on one side of the album there is a happy clown face and the other is a sad clown face, and that is true. Happy side is what they think Hollywood is, or just the media in general, and that it's glamorous and everyone's constantly happy. And the sad clown side is what Hollywood actually is. Like, it's not all rainbows and sunshine and smiling. The middle inside of the album, this is actually so freaking creepy. This had me shook. The middle inside of the album shows the path to destruction. It has skulls and crossbones, devil faces, rockets, atoms, and the moon and stars. The skulls and crossbones, that could mean joining cults. Now, I think some of this is far-fetched, but honestly, it still creeped me out and it still had me shook, so I'm gonna just say it anyways. Joining cults, devil worship, devil faces, and black magic, which relates to the moon and stars. So there's also a dog and there's a hummingbird on the album, and the hummingbird's wand has the face of the dog and the dog's wand has the face of the hummingbird. That part explains that even though they seem to be different, they both control each other, and it shows the public view and the elite view, so what we know versus what upper societies think, like the Illuminati and whatnot. Basically, this whole album, in summary, what I got out of the whole video, I watched it, and what I got out of it is that it shows that in order to be super famous, you must take the path of destruction, which is everything I just described in the middle of the album. If you really want to know like everything about it, subscribe to this guy, watch his video, or girl. I think it's a guy though because it says Shy Guy, but watch his video because it is really creepy and really informative. I'll put it in the description or in the comments. This is credits to someone on Wattpad. Don't come for me on that. At Blackheart716. I don't think she's the original one that noticed this, but this is where I got it from. This is more of a conspiracy theory, really, I think, than a subliminal message, but it's kind of subliminal, I don't know. This is a conspiracy or subliminal message that Michael predicted 9/11. On the History album, in the background of the album, there is smoke everywhere, and the background looks like a city. It looks actually a lot like New York. I don't know if this is true. I think there is an interview where Michael talks about it, but I couldn't find it. Maybe I'll find it and put it in here. But allegedly, Michael was supposed to either be in New York or really close to the Twin Towers or in the Twin Towers, but he overslept. Michael was so on top of things. I really don't feel like he would ever oversleep for any event, whether he was really excited about it or not. That just seems weird to me. I just don't see Michael oversleeping. Like, I feel like Michael would be on edge to not oversleep because he wouldn't want to miss an event or anything. This is the creepiest part, which is that the album was released in 1997, and obviously the terrorist attacks happened 4 years later. So it really seems like Michael predicted this happening, and the fact that he wasn't there and just everything seems to add up. It is really creepy. Someone actually sent me this on Snapchat, and I don't know who sent me this. I totally forgot. It's been months since I opened this snap. You know who you are. Thank you, because when you sent me this, I literally, my mouth dropped, my jaw dropped. That's what I was trying to say. In Leave Me Alone, which I feel like has a lot of subliminal messages, but I'm probably just gonna have to do a whole video on it because there's just a lot going on in that video. It shows for a moment a nose next to scissors. I feel like is more leaning towards the accusations that Michael was having his nose done rather than Michael being self-conscious in his nose, so that might be why he put scissors next to a nose to indicate nose jobs. They don't care about us. In this music video, Michael does grab his crotch. Like, I mean, he does that in many videos, but in this one, he not only grabs his crotch, when he grabs his crotch, he makes like an Illuminati triangle shape, and I'll show you the clip. This is the last thing, and I know that I'm spending like a lot of time on one certain thing, but Michael just has so many subliminal messages. I'm gonna have to make so many parts to Michael's subliminal messages because there's so many. But this is probably the one that everyone talks about the most, and that is the Panther dance. Most of these aren't even subliminal anymore because everyone's picked up on it. Everyone has catched up on what the Panther dance is about. So this is credits to JX Hensley on YouTube. At the beginning of the video, the Panther growls at George Washington. And the reason that happens is because a lot of black people really don't appreciate George Washington at all. And I had to flash back to history class when my 11th grade teacher literally exposed the hell out of George Washington and told us that he actually did own slaves and he was obviously racist. That is 100% a fact. He did own slaves. So the Panther transforming into Michael can represent the Black Panthers, which if you don't know what that is, the Black Panthers were an organization of African Americans who fought for their rights that they felt they were obviously not getting. I mean, come on now, during that time period, racism was a huge thing. Not saying it isn't now, but it was really big back then. And they would even result in violence to get their point across and to get the rights that they deserve. The setting of the Panther dance is in the ghetto, which I just need to talk about this. I'm probably not even gonna look at my notes for this because this triggered me so bad. So typically when you think of the ghetto, you think of it as a predominantly black area with a lot of crime, and yeah, that does play a part in how the ghetto becomes the ghetto. It becomes, you know, run down. But this is a point that this person made in this video, and I've honestly never thought about it, but it messes me up so bad. When places start to get ghetto, white people typically move out. Wherever the white people live is where most people focus on keeping the area clean, keeping the area up running. I feel personally with black neighborhoods and just black areas in general, a big reason why it gets run down is not because of the people that live there, but because of the people that run the area. I don't want to get super involved in it because as a white girl that's pretty freaking privileged, I can't really speak much on that topic, but I will say that it is weird. Michael was basically saying in the part where he's in the ghetto that, you know, it has all these stereotypes and maybe you should dig deeper into what the ghetto's all about, because maybe it's not the people that live there that are making the mistakes. It's not just that, it's other things too. Originally in the video there was a graffiti thing that said something about the KKK. I can't remember exactly what it said, but people got really triggered by that, so that was actually taken out. Michael throwing things in the video can represent the violent riots that would commonly occur in the ghetto. This is something that really strongly relates to this video, and I had no idea about this at all. So the director of Black or White claimed that Michael tapped into something while the black or white video was being shot, and even mentioned that Michael deeply resonated with the, at the time, pretty current LA events where a black man was beaten by a police officer. This was something that did happen 8 months before the Panther dance was shot. I feel like Michael definitely thought of that and was like, you know what? No one else is talking about this. This is very controversial, and this is why Michael was seriously ahead of his time, because police brutality still goes on today and it's really disgusting, and it is mainly with white officers and black men particularly, but also women. Even then, Michael knew this is an issue, and I feel like it's still going to be an issue in years to come, and I need to talk about it. In conclusion, the Panther dance is a lot deeper than I ever would have thought it was. I knew it had some deep meanings, but I just wasn't aware of how deep it really was. Thank you guys for watching. I want to say again, I will be doing a part 2 to this, probably even a part 3. I may even do up to 5 parts of this, because I know I touched on subjects, and that most of the time when I touched on a subject, I talked for a really long time about it. I couldn't even cover all of the Dangerous album artwork because it was so much. I don't think I have a shout out for this week that people have requested, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do a shout out now that is on the top of my mind, and that is Lathan, who talks to me a whole lot. It's so cool to have guys subscribers and talk to them, because I know I'm always screaming about how disrespectful Michael and Freddie are, and somehow guys still watch me, so thank you. You have awesome music taste for your age. When I was in elementary school, I was jamming to the Jonas Brothers, so thank you for watching my videos. I love you guys. Bye!